Alright guys, it's time to talk about PancakeSwap, or Cake, on the channel for the first time since July the 28th. So it's been quite some time since we've talked about it. And yeah, you can see we are a little bit higher than that point, and we are breaking through this $3.48 mark at the moment, but we're not that much above it, so about 5 or 6 cents above that right now. Also, you can see we've kept this trend line since early February, guys. So we've pretty much just been bouncing along the way, which is a good sign. And we are pretty much breaking into territory that we really haven't been in since about December of last year. So it's been like 10 months since we've actually broken above about $3.50. So I do think this is a pretty good sign, guys. Now, taking a look at the volume profile here, you can see that much of the volume has taken place actually below about $4.07. We have these two very large candles down here, but yeah, we do need to go up about 50 cents more, maybe a little bit more than 50 cents, and then you can barely see the volume over here, guys. Looking at the Bollinger Bands, guys, you can see that we are pretty narrow here, but we're not really pinching together. For example, we had more of a pinch back here in, what is this, October of 24. We also have more of a pinch or narrowness back here back in October of 23. So we're not getting any price action really off the weekly time frame, at least on these Bollinger Bands. Let's take a look at the daily time frame. We do have more of a pinch or some narrowness back in the middle of last month, actually. But it's, it just came together. It wasn't really pinching, I would say, but pretty much this just looks like an intestine, and it has widened up a little bit here. So the Bollinger Bands, I would say, are not really helping the price action at the moment. Jumping over to the RSI and stochastic here, you can see that the RSI is pointed pretty heavily to the upside. And it was pretty flat basically this whole time, but now it's at the point where it's at its highest that it's ever been really on a monthly time frame. So that's a good thing. Now we are seeing this try to avoid probably getting overheated. But yeah, it actually did that last time back in 2024, and then it went down. So this actually probably isn't that great. But let's take a look at the weekly time frame. It actually is coming up, so this looks good on a weekly time frame. Both are coming up pretty heavily. They're not overheated just yet. On the daily time frame, actually the stochastic is coming up pretty heavily. RSI is just getting into overheated territory though. The 4-hour time frame coming down, unfortunately, but it does look like this blue line wants to come back to the upside and cross this red line again. So let's see what happens, but it may try another run here in the short term, but in the 1 hour here, it's coming down again, so it just crossed this red line again. RSI here is kind of flirting with being overheated, and the 15-minute time frame, actually it's oversold here, probably about to make the next move up here, and the RSI is just kind of curving up here a little bit. So in my opinion, guys, we probably need a little bit more of a reset here. We may see some sideways action, but eventually we will work our way up to this $3.90 mark, but probably it's going to take a little bit more time. Now, the MACD on a monthly time frame has never actually seen a red period, so this is interesting. It is starting to get a dark green candle here as well, so momentum is up on a monthly time frame. Weekly time frame, we have the dark green candle here that's just forming, and the blue line is actually pointed pretty heavily to the upside, so that's a good sign as well. And let's take a look at the daily here. It is actually getting a couple of large green candles, and yeah, it looks like momentum is up pretty much on the monthly, weekly, and daily time frame. So this is a good sign, guys. Now, looking at tokenomics of PancakeSwap here, it's number 111 coin. There's actually a circulating supply that's quite low, 344 million. The total supply is only 359 million, and the max supply is 450 million. So really low. That's actually a good thing, guys. We're up about 27% at the moment in the last 24 hours. And if we take a look down here, all-time high was $44. So guys, we're sitting about 92% down, unfortunately. And I don't know, really. This could be an exception because it is, kind of connected to Binance and Binance Coin. So I do think that Binance-related projects are going to do quite well this cycle. So it has a chance, but right now, sitting 92% down, we really need to see retail come in and go crazy on this coin, guys. Otherwise, it probably won't see its all-time high. But for example, maybe it will see about half that, I would say. Now, jumping over to Bitcoin, guys, it is having a wonderful day. It's almost at the all-time high, and has pulled back just a little bit since a couple of hours ago. Now, guys, we did talk about this inverse head and shoulders. So basically, you can see, guys, TA does work. So you can see that's the shoulder, here's the head, and here's the shoulder. And guys, the target of that is sitting up about $126,400. So yeah, you know, in my opinion, that could probably mark the end once Bitcoin gets there for Bitcoin. Doesn't mean it's the end of the bull run, but maybe for Bitcoin, kind of floats around there for a little while more, you know, but then probably starts to slowly trickle down. Now, we do need to mention this CME gap. I did get a comment about this earlier today in one of my videos, guys. They didn't like me mentioning this, but guys, there is a CME gap that you do need to be aware of, and most of these gaps get filled, like 99.2% or something get filled. You know, it doesn't have to get filled right now. It can get filled basically in the bear market, so keep that in mind. There's a lot of dead CME gaps way down below. I think there's one at like $9,000 or something, you know, for example. So yeah, is that ever going to get filled? Probably not, but this probably eventually will get filled, but probably not immediately, because we are, you know, pretty far away from it right now, and we're sitting about $12,000, I would say, above it. Now, before I go a little farther in this video, you can claim some bonuses on my favorite crypto exchanges below. I actually have partnerships with 7 exchanges. I have Bybit, MEXC, BNB, Bitrue, BTC, WEX, and CoinEx. We also have Moodix here. You can get a free 7-day trial. Also, we have a cold wallet here. It's CypherRock, and you can get 17% off today if you use my link. And guys, you can follow me on X here. Now, 3 days into October, guys, and we've already exceeded the percentage for September. But it's still very early and anything can happen, guys. But let's see if we can hold the 7th green month in a row. And, you know, typically we don't see red months in October. So I don't think we're going to get a red month. And typically the entire quarter is very green. So if we go back to Bitcoin quarterly returns, you know, for the most part, we do have green here. And we see about, you know, what, 80% almost on average, you know, returns. Now, jumping over to Ethereum, it's not doing as well as Bitcoin today, but it's not doing bad, guys. So it's on the 3rd day of a green candle. Now, it's not very green. It's just basically slightly green. We have gotten a rejection here at 45.48 at the moment. Also, we've come pretty close to the top of this channel. So you can say that this channel is probably going to be resistance as well. And if I zoom out, you will see this. So we do need to break this channel. And then we have just a few more resistances here to the upside, and then we're back at new all-time highs for Ethereum. Total market cap, guys, is breaking into new all-time highs. Now remember, we did have this little inverse head and shoulders as well here on the market cap, and the target was up here at about $4.33 trillion. So we have gotten to 4.2 trillion. So we haven't quite reached this goal or this target just yet. So I do think that is coming very soon, guys. Total market cap excluding Bitcoin, it is also trying to break the 1.71 trillion mark here on a monthly time frame. Now keep in mind there's still like 28 days here left on the month, and we do need to break out of this channel as well. So we are not far from doing that. But yeah, we will start to make new all-time highs on the total market cap excluding Bitcoin shortly. Now, Bitcoin dominance here is not really doing much. It's just kind of holding. It's just kind of hanging around this number at about 59% or so. But there's still 2 days and 6 hours, and I do feel that we're probably going to see this pull back, and this will just be one big giant wick. So let's see if I'm right, guys. The altcoins are pumping, so that's a good thing to see. Now, if we go to the USDT dominance, people are putting their money back into crypto. This is the weekly candle right now. If we put this on a daily candle, though, basically the last several days, it's just been nosediving. So, and basically, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. 2 days have been green, and this one was barely green, guys. So, yeah, it's looking good on the USDT dominance here, and we are breaking, these supports. Altcoin season index is kind of frozen at a 71. It was that this morning when I looked at it. So we're stuck, you know, it's not altcoin season officially, but my book, guys, it looks pretty good. Now the liquidation heat map here, 550 million have been wrecked in the last 24 hours. That is pretty elevated. So, you know, and mostly it's short. So in my opinion, that's a good thing. Now the fear and greed index is at a 63. It did cool just slightly from yesterday, but we're still in greed. The next update is taking place in about 5.5 hours. The bull market peak indicator sell at the top, still 0 from 30 have been hit officially. And the Pi cycle top indicator has jumped up quite a bit. So nearing 61% here. But this is what this looks like, guys. So yeah, if we zoom in, it still needs to cross. And, you know, once it crosses, guys, that's probably the end. That's when I'm definitely going to start selling my bags. Now, the economic calendar can change next week according to the shutdown, of course, in America. But we do have a lot of speakers next week. And on Tuesday, we have the New York Fed one-year consumer inflation expectations. Wednesday, we actually have the FOMC meeting minutes. And on Thursday, we do have jobless claims as usual every week. And I think that's pretty much it here. And on Friday, right now it looks like it's planned for non-farm payrolls. Private non-farm payrolls. We also have Michigan numbers coming out possibly, and average hourly earnings. So that could be a big day. Non-farm payrolls were actually supposed to come out today though. Now Moodyx did get a little bit of a red day today, as you see. Sentiment is still risk on, but the trend is now sideways. So starting to cool off a little bit here, unfortunately. If we look at FedWatch tools, it looks like about a 97% chance that we're going to get that quarter point cut. And this actually has come up just slightly, so there's a 3.3% chance that we won't see anything happen. Now, if you look at the poly market here, it does differ a little bit, and this has actually gone up for the 25 basis point decrease. I think it was like at 88 last time we looked at it, maybe. But you have 3% for the 50 basis point decrease, 7% believe in no change, and now this 25 basis point increase is getting a little bit lower. Now, Trueflation is showing a 2.25% inflation just like yesterday. If we look at crypto bubbles here, it's actually looking pretty good today. Now, there are some new projects here that are in the red like 2Z and XPL, so those are going to see larger swings basically. But anyways, and I think MEXC is also kind of new as well. So yeah, just keep that in mind, guys. But pretty much everything is in the green today. Now, if you want to stake your coins, go to Coinondo, guys. And for example, you can just look here on the coins list, or you can go to this earn, and I think you can actually type in the name. Let's see if it's still working. Yes, it still works. So for example, Tron. Anyways, yeah, just check out those deals, whatever you're looking for, guys. Be careful. Don't just blindly send coins around because you can get caught in a bad position. You can also even lose your coins and things accidentally. So just be careful, guys. Do your homework. And, you know, that website isn't 100% always. So anyways, guys, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with your friends, guys, and please use those links down below. Whether you use them for me or another YouTuber that you like, that is a way to support us financially, guys, because, you know, normally I am getting a little bit of commission from everybody, but it's usually just pennies. Unless you're trading millions and millions of dollars or billions, guys, I'm not going to see much of that commission. So would you rather give it to me, or would you just rather give it all to the exchange? So anyways, there are a lot of people now using those links, and so those pennies are adding up, and it's keeping me motivated, guys. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one.